Hi everyone, Rich at Rivera Urban Homestead. Just sitting out back over by the banana plants. First thing we're going to do this morning is harvest this flower. The bananas are not going to be getting any more fingers, so we're going to cut that flower off. What that'll do is give more energy to the bananas to actually get them fatter. They're small, but we'll get them as fat as possible before we harvest them. Could you imagine bringing these to a store saying, would you buy these? They're like tiny, but they're mine, so we're going to eat them anyway. Come on in closer, I'll show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so as you can see, after this set, down here there's not really much happening. So we're going to go ahead and get this off, relieve some of that energy. Let's see. You got to be careful of all the sap dripping. You see it dripping? Oh, it smells so good too. It's like it almost smells like sugar cane or something. Very sweet. Oh, that is awesome. Let's see what's inside this flower. Let's peel it open and check out all the flowers that are inside this thing. But now what's going to happen is all of these bananas are going to start thickening up now. They're pretty much like in almost triangles, really squared off. But now with the flower gone, they're going to really just start filling out as much as possible anyway. Alright, let's take a look at this flower. I guess I'll just start peeling layers. Looks like just a bunch of flowers in there. This is crazy. Ants and flowers. It's getting smaller. Now they say you can eat these flowers in different cuisines. I don't think I'm going to try it because I don't know what I'm doing, but they say you can. So yeah, it's just layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of flowers. Alright guys, so we got the flower off. Now we just wait for them to get a little plumper, and then we'll harvest them. Once they fill out to a nice round, we'll harvest them and let them ripen on the vine, not out here, because they'll probably get eaten by rats or squirrels or everything else. Starting to feel a couple of raindrops. It's partly cloudy here Saturday. 60% chance of rain, they were saying, later in the afternoon. So I think what we're going to do now is so much activity all around me, birds and stuff running around the trees. I found a little baby bird dead on my porch, unfortunately, in the backyard. Must have fell out of its nest, didn't even have feathers or nothing. But anyway, next thing I think we're going to do is bring those bags of leaves that I have, I think, and dump them in the chicken run, just so they have something to mess with and build up that compost in there. Let's go see what that's looking like, those leaves inside the bags that I got. Come on. Okay, so I only have 2 bags left. As you know, we put some in the chicken run already a while back. I added some to the compost, and I also added some to the banana beds to give it a good mulch. So this is what we have left. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see because I can't see my lens. There we go. Down under. Look at that. Starting to get blackened. So we're going to throw this all, and it's full of ants. Full of ants. Ants all over me. Don't bite me, please. Wow. So let's get this over the fence. What you doing, Bubba?
I'm going to climb up the tree.
You gonna climb up the tree?
And I'm going to jump up that rim.
It's a big tree, ain't it?
Yeah, I can fly up there. Okay? No, but soon we can run over. Let's try.
Whoa, whoa.
That
What was that?
That didn't break. Let's try smash.
Yeah, don't try and punch it. That'll hurt. Let's go see if the chickens like those leaves. Of course they like it. Are you kidding me? It's hard to see through the mesh, but they're already starting to break it down. Scatter it. They'll have fun looking for insects and stuff in there today. This is quite a haven for all the different birds that come around here, this tree. I have quite a bird population, as you could imagine. Look at how much bamboo I have growing now. That's awesome. It's about 6 foot tall, maybe. Wild bamboo. Next thing on the agenda, guys, is to fire up this mower for the first time for the season. I want to mow and bag my front yard. It's not a really tall grass right now, but there's a lot of leaves and stuff mixed in there, so we'll get it bagged up and start getting a compost pile going. Go give some to the chickens.
This is called race.
Alright, so the grass is nicely mowed.
The Mickey and the Roadster Racers.
Mickey and the Roadster Racers?
Yeah, these are the Mickey and the Roadster Racers.
Yeah?
Look at that one.
That one's cool.
Look at this one.
Very cool. Alright, you have fun. So anyway, we're all nice and mowed. 60% chance of rain today, so I wanted to get it mowed up before it rained. I got 2 bags full of grass clippings, which is green, which is some dead, which is leaves. So a really good compost mixture right away. And I threw both bags into the chicken run. So between the 2 bags of leaves, the 2 bagged grass clippings, that chicken run is back to full, and they're gonna have a good time exploring in it. So let's figure out what's next on the agenda. Hi, Callie. Hi, babies. What you doing? Such a pretty cat. Okay, guys, so it's 10:15 in the morning, Saturday. We've already harvested the banana flower to let those bananas plump up. We put the 2 bags of leaves into the chicken run to give them stuff to spread around and compost. I mowed the front yard, put those bags of leaves in there. One other thing I want to do later tonight after, hopefully it rains. I'm hoping it rains because we haven't had any in a while. But the next thing I need to do is I need to do some organic fertilizer feeding. So after it rains and the soil gets moist, hopefully, I'll go back through and give everything a gallon of the mixture of the organic fertilizer to all the pepper plants, the tomato plants, the cucumber plants, the squash plants. So for right now, I want to show you one new thing going on in the garden real quick while we just got some downtime. Come on. So look at here, guys. The store-bought potatoes that had sprouted, the little yellow ones, well, they're growing, as you can see. So we had about 6 to 7 inches at the bottom of soil. We put the potatoes in. We added another 7 inches, so they are already 7 inches tall underneath this dirt. And we planted them 2 weeks ago in there, as well as here in the 5-gallon bucket. They're starting to come out now. So store-bought potatoes will sprout and grow if they have not been sprayed with the retardant to make them not sprout. So if you got sprouting potatoes in your pantry, plant them. The other ones, the seedlings, we planted them last week, so they're not doing anything yet. Let me rephrase that. They are doing something. We just can't see it yet. They're under there growing, so we'll be seeing them probably next weekend. And back to the point of the determinate potatoes, so technically now, these are the green points that I talked about in the potato video. So technically, everything below this will grow potatoes. As these grow up and we start filling it in with dirt, this upper portion will not grow potatoes, from what I hear. All that's going to do is we're going to protect the potatoes underneath from getting any UV rays or any light on them. We do not want the potatoes to have any kind of light, because then it turns them green and supposedly stomachache time, right? So we'll let them grow up. Once they get up to about level with this blue bin, we'll fill it in and leave half of the plant sticking out, and then they'll grow up some more and we'll fill it in some more, and then we'll be harvesting by the end of the summer. While hopefully. I'm standing here, I just couldn't help but show you my squash plant. This yellow crookneck squash is doing really well. Beautiful flowers inside there. And if I can get view of it, there's a squash down in there growing. There's so many leaves it's hard for me to get. There you go, right there. Got a squash going. And there's another one. Might as well just show you all the flowers going on in the garden. The bush beans, they're starting to get all their buds. Pepper plants. Poblano's got flowers on them. Red Marconi, not so much, but I am seeing some starting right there. The purple jalapeno, I love their flowers, nice and purple. We're getting quite a few of them already. And you know that one plant I said is totally going to not make it? I don't know, guys. This thing is still hanging on. It's starting to perk up a little. So it might be able to produce some peppers. I thought it was a goner. We have all these little guys on the Korean dark green. It's pretty windy out. I hope everyone can hear all right. So we got a lot of flowering going on in the peppers, the yellow squash, the bush beans. We got potatoes coming up. I got to harvest some kale again. And of course the orange tree is just, not only does it smell amazing, these flowers and stuff are just awesome. Very cool. I tell you what, the bees have been just loving all these little flowers I planted. Really helping them come around. Alright guys, so one thing I'm doing out in the backyard right now is over here. This has been pretty much an abandoned piece of real estate here. We haven't done nothing with it. I had a bunch of pallets and stuff stacked up. As you can see, some cactus pieces I need to get rid of. So what I'm doing is I'm cleaning this all out. of wood and all that. And all of these leaves pretty much accumulate from on my patio. I always get tons of leaves on there, and I just blow them to that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the patio of all these leaves, rake everything over here, and take those leaves and put them all into the banana plant beds. And that'll just compost down, slowly feed. I'm trying to make a natural forest floor basically for this banana plant section. So that's how I'm going to utilize the stuff I have falling. That's one thing you got to do, guys. If you're trying to work within your yard, if you only have a yard like me, yeah, if you have a lot more property, it might be a little more easier to get the materials. But for someone just in a yard, I gotta just always keep using my head to what am I gonna do? What can I recover to use in other places? So for now, it's going to be all these leaves to put into those beds. Whoa. I don't know if you just saw that flash right here, but a woodpecker just flew by the camera, landed right there on the tree, noticed I was there, and took off. Anyway, let me get this cleaned up real quick. Alright, well that is nice and cleaned up. Looks way better over there. I am debating on whether I'm going to put a shed right here. Like coming off of that second post, put another post right here, and then just box this all in. Just a thought, I might be doing that in the near future. So there you go, I put more mulch down for the bananas. That'll decompose as it rains, as it gets, it'll attract worms, attract insects. And again, we're just trying to mimic the forest floor here. So even though you don't have a lot of space, like me, I just have a regular average yard, guys. But I am trying to work it. I'm trying to do as much as I can to make it work for me, I guess you could say. Just trying to make it one unit. And if you have a yard, don't think you can't do anything. Look at what I'm doing. Got chickens, I got a garden, I got some fruit trees now going, I got banana plants going. It just takes work and it takes some imagination. And my papaya tree, look at that guy. He's looking good, man. I grew that from a seed from my neighbor's papaya plant. Use your imagination, get out there and work your guys' property. Whatever you have, use it. Well guys, now that our supposedly rain has passed, which was basically a sprinkle, I'm gonna go out in the garden and just kind of check all my boxes and see what really needs watered and what just needs the organic fertilizer. I got this cool little probe thing. It does moisture, it does pH, and it also does light. I mainly use it for the moisture. You stick these probes down into the pot and it'll show you the moisture of it. Dry, good, really saturated. It seems to work pretty accurately. The ones that are showing really wet on here, I'll literally go in and feel. And when you pull these out though, you can feel the soil that's left on them. And it works pretty good. It kind of just gives you a gauge on what's dry, what's not. I bought it like online for like 10 bucks or 12 bucks or something. So I'm going to go check my moisture contents of the different beds, and then I can water appropriately later. Okay guys, so now that I used my little tester here, I determined that my bush beans are very dry, need some watering. Cucumbers need some watering. Tomatoes, the onion bed needs watering. So I'll just water that with regular, my garden hose. And then what I do is I just use a milk jug, cut the top off, and I use 4 tablespoons of this per gallon, pour it right in there, and they're fertilized. I do that every 2 weeks or so. Being as we didn't get no rain, I'm going to have to do a little watering tonight. I'll do that. And that's about it, man. That wraps up my Saturday. Every weekend, I have a lot of projects, and it's just because I want this place working efficiently. I want my garden working efficiently. The chickens, I want them always working. That's why I put leaves and grass in there to keep them composting. There's always something to do on my little piece of earth here. And that's how I like it. I like to be able to work outside and just try and make things better every weekend. So thanks for watching and coming along with me on today's activities, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.